Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm still working on my 1996 Z28, the one that I just built this 8.8 from scratch from. We had some bad weather come our way and I'm still waiting for the roads to thaw out so I can get to testing it. So in the meantime, I figured, well, I'll try to build something out of nothing. So basically what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna modify this Panhard brace. Now they already make these, BMR, UMI, QA1, Speed Engineering even makes them, and they're not very expensive. But if you've been watching the channel, I hate spending money. So we're gonna modify this one to get what I want out of it. So this is a potential problem. I don't know if it will be a problem, but you can kind of see where I've marked this brace here. And now that I've put this girdle cover on, it comes very close to hitting that brace. The aftermarket ones are made out of 1.25 inch tubing, so it would bring it in far enough, but I should be able to cut this out a little bit and box it in and see how that works. And that should make it stronger in that point than what it already is out of that stamped steel. But why I'm here, that's a dangerous phrase, but why I'm here, I think I'm gonna go ahead and make some clearance here right around the exhaust. Try to get rid of some of those annoying exhaust rattles. It's not a long video today, but hopefully a productive one. I think that one of those braces is nice and they look great. I just don't know if this car needs one. This car is something I drive every day from spring to fall, spring to winter basically. I lost that bolt forever. And I don't like putting a ton of money in it, hence the budget build 8.8 that I just did. But I want to do enough to keep it nice. It's fairly low mileage and it's just a blast to drive. It is, I would say, the family car. Now you could say I could just spend the $120 or $150 on one and be done with it, and you're right, I could. In fact, there's one right here. But that one's from this 1997 SS that I basically saved from the scrapper. If you're curious about that, there's a playlist on it, check it out. But if you haven't figured it out by now, I just like to build stuff. And I might not be the greatest at it, because there's some phenomenal guys who have had there, but you're not gonna get any better at it unless you keep doing it. So I've marked this. Ooh, you know what I forgot to do? I should mark it where I want it for the exhaust. I'll be right back. Do some more arts and crafts here. Perfect. I don't know if this will actually be stronger than stamped steel, because stamped steel is actually pretty dang strong. But it'll be something. Now, this thing doesn't have to be cut much, but it's got to be cut enough that it'll clear, right? Get it clamped down, and then we'll just go to the point of no return. I have my marks here where the girdle is, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to draw some straight lines back here in this crease, and I'm going to make these where these are tangs that can fold in. So they're just going to be notched out, maybe like 1.5 inches. I'm going to fold them inwards. I just went through a scrap bucket, and I found some 1-inch square tubing, and that's going to be perfect. It's even cut off at an angle, which is kind of what I was thinking about doing anyways. So if I have a 13.5 inch piece, half of that in the middle would be 6 3/4. So let's go ahead and mark that. 6 3/4. Okay. Now obviously this is just rough because getting it exact isn't going to be critical. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make a line here. That's going to become my cut line. Well, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have cut this back this far because I was going to fold this inwards. Now I'm not going to have any piece of steel there. That's okay. I can plate the back side of it. I'm going to go ahead and clean all the paint off of this stuff so I can get it ready to weld. As long as it looks better than the sway bar brackets the other day. Man, those are awful. I'm going to go ahead and weld this all the way across now. See, I folded in my edges a little bit. I'll clamp those when it comes time. Well, I thought the welder was acting a little funky. I'm out of wire. What a bummer. I was so close. I was going to have this done in under an hour. All right. There we go. That's all boxed in, thinned out, reinforced with that square tubing. We're gonna move over to the exhaust clearance now. If you're looking at the screen and you're saying, dude, you can buy them cheap, they're just over $100. Fast forward to the end of the video, and I'm gonna discuss why I'm doing this and why it's still important to do things like this. So back to the exhaust clearance. This is the area that I need. And what I've done is I made a square there. I'm not cutting this square out, but I'm gonna make 2 slots right here to free the centerpiece up. And then we're gonna heat this and bend it down. You can see right here that I've dropped it down about 3/8 of an inch. Still pretty hot from heating it up. Originally, I was going to grind this down and then butt weld it, but I'm wondering about trying to heat those up, pinching it together, and then welding it there. So we might try that first. Check this out. I was able to get that to lay real flat there, and that turned out pretty good. And I'm actually glad to do that. That overlap will add strength and still add strength to this part. Originally, I was still going to put a box piece across this, but I think with those folds, I'm not gonna need to box this at all. You guys have seen me weld enough in this video. I'm gonna go ahead and weld this up. Hopefully I don't have to smooth out any of those welds, and then we'll get ready for paint. So there's the finished product. It's all notched out, boxed on this end, narrowed up, and we made more exhaust clearance. Let's throw it on. It's not the prettiest thing, but we'll talk about that in a second. So really, it took me about 1.5 hours to make this. And even though it's not pretty, it didn't cost anything really either. Now sure, it's not pretty and tubular, but it doesn't have to be. We made it and it's gonna work and it's gonna function exactly how I want it to. So I guess that brings me to this rant. I don't know when the transfer happened with hot rodding or cars that meant we had to buy all brand new stuff and make it look perfect and pretty all the time. With social media now, I think that we get the impression that if you're gonna build a car, it has to be exactly that way. And when I grew up doing this stuff, we were still boxing in the lower control arms, boxing in the torque arm. We'd go to the salvage yard, I'd pull out injectors from a GTP. I still do that stuff. And I think that's really important to know that you can just put some time in it and get a part that functions great and not break the bank. I had a kid come here last week and he bought some Corvette parts from me that I had left over from the last project I had. And he was looking at all my stuff and he's like, I could never work on my own stuff because I don't have the hoist, I don't have the welders, and I don't have all of this stuff, the tools. And that's just plain not true. I built my first car on jack stands in the driveway with a little fold-out parts store toolkit. Now, there are some things you won't want to make yourself, and that's anything that's safety related. But when you're just boxing or reinforcing something or modifying a brace that's going to be even more rigid than factory, I say go for it. It's your car and you're the only one that has to be really impressed by it. And how you feel about it is really the only thing that matters anyways. Now you can see we have all types of exhaust clearance behind there. There's probably 3/8 to 1/2 inch there. So that's definitely going to fix that annoying exhaust rattle. So now for a little bit of entertainment. This muffler was actually in storage for about the last 15 years or so. I pulled it off of my last Camaro and it just sat outside, well, sat in storage for I don't know how long. And when I peeked in it, it looked like it was packed full of stuff. So let's see what's gonna come out of it. Still popping out of there. Yeah, I'd say they had a full house going in there. All right, guys, this is where I'm gonna wrap this video up. But I just wanna put a friendly reminder out there that doing stuff like this on a budget is just perfectly fine. Especially if you're a teenager that's buying one of these cars, you don't have all the money to do stuff. You can get by doing things like this, and it works. All right, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.